everyone. The family of actor Jaleel White has finally stepped forward and confirmed what so many fans have been speculating for decades. Known to millions around the world as the unforgettable Steve Urkel from the hit 90s sitcom Family Matters, Jaleel White became a cultural icon almost overnight. But behind the quirky laugh, the thick glasses, and the suspenders was a real person, a young boy thrust into a world of bright lights and constant pressure. Now, after years of enduring public assumptions, tabloid gossip, and fan theories, his family has finally broken their silence to set the record straight, not to defend, but to bring clarity, peace, and above all, truth. They began by acknowledging the reality that Jaleel White's meteoric rise to fame was not all smiles and applause. At just 12 years old, he wasn't just acting. He was carrying one of the most beloved sitcoms in America on his shoulders. Audiences loved Urkel, but that love came at a cost. Jaleel quickly found himself boxed in by a role that overshadowed every other part of his life. His family explained that while they were immensely proud of his talent and success, they also saw, behind the scenes, the emotional toll it took on him. There were times he was exhausted, overwhelmed, and simply wanted to be a regular kid, to go to school without being mobbed, to be called by his real name, and to laugh without being asked to do the voice. One of the most painful truths they confirmed was that after Family Matters ended, Jaleel struggled, not just professionally, but personally. He faced rejection in Hollywood again and again, not because he lacked talent, but because casting directors could only see him as Urkel. No matter how much he matured or how hard he worked, he was still defined by a character he created as a child. His family described this time as one of quiet pain, when he often felt isolated from the very industry he helped define in the 90s. The rumors that he disappeared or fell off were never fully accurate. The truth was much more human. He was trying to rebuild, trying to heal, trying to find himself again. They also addressed the long-rumored family tension, stories that suggested conflict between Jaleel and his loved ones. According to them, those rumors were heavily exaggerated. Like any family navigating fame, money, and public scrutiny, they faced challenges, but they never abandoned him. In fact, they were his anchor. His mother, in particular, was his strongest support system, acting not just as a parent, but often as his manager, advisor, and emotional shield. They confirmed that while there were moments of stress, especially during his transition into adulthood, the bond they shared was never broken. What did break, however, was Jaleel's spirit. For a time, the years following the end of Family Matters were filled with questions like, "Who am I now?" and "Will I ever be more than just Urkel?" The family shared that Jaleel faced deep bouts of depression and struggled with self-worth as he watched others in the industry move forward while he was stuck in the past. He tried to audition for new roles, tried to show the world he had range, that he had depth, but time and again he found himself being asked to go back, to be the joke, to wear the glasses again, to do the voice that haunted him more than it helped. Still, he pressed on. He began to write. He explored other parts of the entertainment business. He even stepped back from the spotlight for a while, choosing to focus on healing, growth, and rediscovering who Jaleel was without Urkel. And then came fatherhood, a moment that, according to his family, transformed him in the most beautiful way. Becoming a father gave Jaleel purpose. It helped him see that the boy the world laughed with in the 90s had grown into a man with wisdom, compassion, and strength. His daughter became his light and the center of his world. His family confirmed that these days, Jaleel is in a much better place, emotionally, spiritually, and creatively. He has learned to embrace his past without being trapped by it. He is no longer running from the role that made him famous, but he is also no longer defined by it. In breaking their silence, the White family didn't just clear up rumors. They offered a raw and honest glimpse into the life of someone who gave his childhood to the world and then had to fight to reclaim his adulthood. They spoke not for sympathy, but to honor the resilience it takes to survive fame at such a young age and come out stronger on the other side. "He's more than a catchphrase, more than a laugh, more than a character," they said. "He's a man who overcame, who endured, and who deserves to be seen, finally, for who he truly is." Thanks for watching.